So I'm just about to go to, once my laptop copies, Casa Buonorati, I think, which is a museum. It's the only museum that I've found so far that is free. I'm not opposed to paying, but there's nothing that I really want to pay to see. So I'm gonna go to this and see what it is and figure it out. Before, I just want to chat about my experience so far, right? First of all, so before I came, I went to the library and I got 3 books out, and my plan was to renew them online until I got back. Cool. But one of the books I got was reserved, so I had to send it back. And I went to the post office yesterday to send it, and it cost me €36 to send a book to London. And okay, I think it's because I went to the more expensive post office. I went to mailbox, etc., instead of Poste Italiane. But Poste Italiane has a long queue, seems very stressful, and the online website doesn't work very well. So I'd rather go to the mailbox, which is like much more peaceful and calm. I did speak English, but it's not relevant. But yeah, that's such an outrageous price. It would have been cheaper for me to hold on to the book and just pay the late fee than to actually send it back. But that's what I get for being nice and whatnot. When I study Italian in uni, right, there's certain words used for certain things. So like ascoltare is to listen, right? But here everybody says sentire. So then, but for me, when I hear sentire, I think about like feeling and like feel, like to feel. So then it took me a minute to understand that that's what everybody was trying to say to me before. When I did actually understand what was going on. And like there's also like partire, which for me means when you like leave somewhere. Well, they use it here for when you start something, like when we start a new topic, you'll use partire. So I just guess that, I don't know, I didn't really think about the fact that people would use different words differently. Like I know that you can, but it's just, I didn't prepare for it. Yeah. Also, in terms of my lesson, it's a lot of like chatting, which is a lot more than we do in uni. Like the oral part of uni, of my degree, is the least. It's like 17% for each language, which is surprising because when you tell people you study a language, they expect you just to talk it and they'll say, how do you say this, da, 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 and you would expect talking would take up the bulk of it, but it doesn't. I assume it's because people are intimidated by it, because whenever we do like Spanish orals, they always stress you don't have to pass, you just have to do it. But still, this was like a lot more not chatty based, but we have an exercise book where we still have like a lot more conversation like around topics and just about life in general, rather than sticking to the script, sticking to the grammar, da, 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 da. It is a bit intimidating for me at times, not only just paying attention to the conversation, but then also having something to say, having something grammatically correct to say as well. But during one of those classes, we had people talking about how they got bug bites, and I'm like, okay, so it's not just me that's being bitten by all these creatures every day. And also, every shop I've gone to, every supermarket I've gone to has like Raid or stuff like Raid in it. So it's like, I should have considered that obviously more people getting bitten and it's just not me. Yeah, and also because Italy's a hot country, so it makes sense that people are getting, well, there's like a lot of bugs and creatures and whatever. Yeah. Also, it's getting hot now, like 30 degrees hot, which is the heat I signed up for, not this potential rain, not this I need a light jacket, weather. 30 degrees. Thank you very much. All of the supermarkets around me, even if they're called like a supermarket instead of like express, they're still express shops, so they don't have everything in it. Like I wanted to make pancakes the other day, but I couldn't find flour and sugar. I found a shop that has flour now, not one that has sugar. So yeah, and so I bought a pancake mix, and it was disgusting because it needed so much sugar that I did not have. But yeah, so all of the shops are express shops, so they're a bit expensive. I'm in Italy working in an Italian language school, but still my brain wants to use Spanish sometimes. Like if someone says thank you, if someone says grazie, I'll want to say de nada instead of saying prego. If I'm supposed to respond and say okay, I'll say vale. And I don't know what to do to remove it. Literally today is the first time that someone said grazie, I said prego, and I've been here for like a month. But although I'm saying that, I can actively feel like the Spanish part of my brain like being suppressed, but then I don't feel like the Italian part of my brain is getting any better. I had to send an email to my Spanish internship, and it took the most effort to conjugate these verbs, remember what the word was and the accents. Also, like, I read BBC Mundo articles and like I can understand it, but like my accent, whatever attempt at a Spanish accent I had before is gone. So I don't know how people do more than one language. Like, I don't know how you have them all separate in your brain and still pull at them and have the right accent every time you need them and understanding and doing languages that are similar, I guess, is a blessing and a curse, because understanding it and they have the same tools, those words that look similar, but then if I kind of just like, so then in my brain they're all kind of muddled together, it doesn't benefit. I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out what it means, what it is. Also, today during my like placement during my job, I was looking at maps and stuff, and on the map I saw a black hair shop. No, a black hairdresser, like, which first of all surprised me. And then I was like, maybe I should go and like get my hair done if I'm gonna get tired of like just doing my hair. But if she does my hair and messes it up, I will cry for like 1,000 days. So I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth it, but I'm still here for another 3 months, so who knows. Tomorrow I'm going to Duomo, I'm going to the terraces. So that's my tourist activity of the month. I just got ready to go to the Duomo terraces, but I'm a bit scared. I'm excited but a bit scared because you have to walk up 140 stairs to get there. So that's exciting for someone who hasn't done exercise in a long time. I see less and less people wearing masks, and it's like, are we still in a pandemic or not? In Spain and the UK, they're talking about there being a second wave, so I don't really know, but we're out of this virus right now. Some days the mask wants to suffocate me and some days it doesn't, so I don't really know. So I've been back for a while now, and the terraces are actually really cool, and the stairs weren't that bad, and the view at the top is really nice. You can even see like so far down, like towards like hills and mountains and stuff from where we are. And then when you get to the top, there's a tour guide. Well, there's 2 tour guides, and they said like to separate into like Italian and English. And after hesitation, I did join the Italian bit. Didn't really know what was going on, but I was there. I couldn't hear her in the beginning really, because I ended up being in the back, and like she had a microphone, but she used it outside the mask. I don't really think it works. When I could hear her, I didn't understand certain chunks. The problem with doing the language ab initio is that your vocabulary isn't as vast as when you have like time to like build your knowledge and stuff. Like, so certain words and certain things, even if I'm focusing intently and I'm trying to understand what's going on, I just like don't know what they are. Also, my own fault is that when I don't understand something, I kind of just zone out. So it didn't really help that the fact that I did that didn't help anything either. Okay, so the pizza may have not been worth it. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't great. Also, pesto, I feel like it has more smell than it has flavour. Something they do here that we should really adopt is they warm like pizza or like sandwiches. When I went to the cafe, she warmed the sandwich. Like, if I would go to Greg's and be like to warm it, they wouldn't do it. They would tell me no. So I feel like that's something we should borrow from here. Also, I pretty much mastered the art of like whatever the Spanglish version of Italian English is, that I can do. Basic sentences bouncing back and forth, I can do.